Hey guys, this is Sass158 bringing you a clan war between Kinect and Thug. This is the Board Aussie Weekend Tourney made by Chups, and should be fairly good. Good old Kinect, best team in Oz, represent. Best Gabstars team, which is Thug. Let's go over the players. On Kinect we have Risk as usual as the drafter, Legendary Godot as possibly the jungler, and Tyranny as carry sidelane solo. Well, it really depends. He's usually the farmer, and Sentinel on support definitely. Black Shaitan on probably solo mid or carrier sideline. He's very he can play any role really. Although this team they can play a lot of different roles. Like Risk can be support sometimes, and sometimes solos and all that. Don't think I've seen him jungle though. And we got what's this? Vanilla Man. I'm not very familiar with these players, but they got Vanilla Man on brown, Big Papa on dark green, Ape Dog on light blue, grey with Sniper. Is that the Sniper? I think he's supposed to be. He usually plays with Chakra's team. I'm not really sure. Not very familiar. And they got Gavstar. But with the drafting phase, we lead off Risk his usual Brood ban because they really don't like to they don't like to play it and they don't like to verse it because Brood is a slut. It is a Brood mother is a friggin' slut. It's just a whore with this Spiderling's little buff. They run quicker in the spider web. Oh, sorry about that. Just need to clear my throat a bit. The spider web is 30-second CD at all levels, I'm pretty sure, and the Spiderlings do chaos damage. They do so much. I remember once I was level 1 ES, and I got hit by like 3 spiders. They took me down to like 1/4 HP just by the spiders themselves, because they do slow and they do a hell of a lot of damage. And that wasn't even with the Brood hitting. And an SD ban, yeah, very OP hero. Usually banned in the first 3 bans, and then AA ban, yeah, just pretty standard. I'm not really sure what kind of strat they're gonna be doing, but yeah, these heroes are definitely banned because they do not want to verse. They probably have Enchant or Chen definitely, and the AA ulti really screws that up, denies that heals. And Gavstar got Batrider, good ban, very good hero. Batrider very strong in the lane, can disable a carry, and he's just a good initiator, and he's very strong. He can push towers himself, and just a great hero. And Invoker's another common ban, and Kinect always play the hero. I'm pretty sure they'd be familiar with that. And Invoker is a slut to verse as well. That EMP Cyclone is pretty homo. Followed up with Cold Snap and all that. Just all these spells are good. If you're an incredible Invoker player, you definitely can win a game. And Weaver ban, yeah, Weaver's another pretty strong hero. Usually see it picked along with like the other bands like AA and Batrider and Invoker. But Weaver, yeah, he's very strong. It's hard to gank. Once you get that don't even know boots on him, you just get a hood and a vitality booster which you can turn into heart later. Just get that rad and he's so tank. He has no chance of really killing him. He'll get the time lapse off unless you have crazy disable or crazy nuke. But with that hood he's very tank. But Risk leading off with a Lich pick, which is very solid pick Lich, because you can put it anywhere, you can solo it, you can side lane it, you can support it, you can do anything. That denies just great, it just gives an advantage any lane. And then followed up with Enchant, definitely going to Legendary Godot. This is why we saw the AA ban, because this really denies the AA ulti really denies the heal from the Enchant, makes him pretty much shit and he can't do anything. Enchant will just die so quick, because Enchant has got like pistol HP, and with that no heal being denied from him, it's just he just dies, he'll die so quick. And the AM's very solid as well, very strong. He should be able to beat a Spectre. Should be able to beat Spec carry easy. And he's not too bad with give lads, you can push. He's pretty solid, he's hard to gank, he's probably one of the hardest to gank. I hate AM, he's worse than Weaver in my opinion. Just so tank. get Vanguard on him. You don't even need. Most people don't even get Vanguards. You probably won't really need it this game, but it's very useful. Then Gavstar, they went for Windrunner, ES, Spec. Yeah, pretty solid. You definitely see the ES and the Spec together. Probably Windrunner solo bot. Not really sure they could do anything at the moment. They could even do dual lanes mid or Windrunner mid. You can pretty much Dota these days. You can do any kind of lane. It's not very standard at all. But you can you can make the best of it and kind of get the idea what they're gonna do with their certain picks. But Gavstar does ban Pugna because obviously Kinect, they like their push, and they could still get Pugna because they could do either Lich on support or solo top because it's great either way. Pugna mid, enchant jungle, and then AM and VS or something because VS isn't banned and VS aura is just great. Works really well with AM as well. If that enchant the jungle, he can come out and gank of smoke and push the tower fairly quick. But I'm definitely thinking the Spec will be top. Spec, maybe ES Spec and something else, unless they're gonna get a jungle of their own. Chen is banned. I'm not really. I guess they just banned that. They don't really want to verse AoE heal. It would be pretty strong with the Spec and all that. But they could pick up a Furion. Furion's pretty useful. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, VS definitely. AM, gonna see AM VS bot. Lich definitely top. They're gonna get a solo mid next. Not really sure what they can get. They can get heaps of things. There's heaps of heroes still left there. There's like Lion, Tinker. I saw them get Darkseer the other game. They absolutely stomped my team the other day with Darkseer. I was BM against Darkseer, and it's not a fun lane. You can't do much at all. You just right click your pig on him and hope that it does a lot of damage. But if he's got a stout shield, it's like 10 damage. It is nothing. So he just ignores you, and he can keep the lane pushed out and get the runes almost every time. And it's not that fun to play when you're BM. But I still have fun regardless, versing good players. But Thug Gavstar's team, they'll be looking for probably solo mid and another support. They might get Witch Doctor. That's still there. CM's still there. CM's not too bad. It's alright because against enchants you can bite the creep. Kind of stops the ganking. If he does decide to do ES Spec CM top, the enchant won't really be able to gank that at all with just a Lich and a CM there to bite the creep. Would be pretty difficult, but we might see the enchant ganking mostly mid and bot just to help get those advantages. But they're really thinking about this pick here. Still not sure. They might get Witch Doctor or something, because Witch Doctor's not too bad. They've got pretty squishy heroes, and yeah, but Witch Doctor's fairly squishy himself. So what is left exactly? Oh, CM. So they did get CM. Yeah, it's a pretty solid support, good long range. The aura's pretty helpful because Spectre has pretty shit mana pool. Can only do like 2 daggers, and you have to wait like ages, even with a Ring of Bass, before you can do another dagger. And that aura it's just helpful to all those heroes. Like Windrunner can spam some power shots, just helps out a bit. ES, he really tears through his mana early. Wouldn't have to get as much clarity pots as he wants. But yeah, that aura's fairly decent for that team. Now they're gonna be looking for a solo mid. Tinker wouldn't be too bad either. They're pretty squishy. If that Tinker can manage to get a early boots of travel, he can deny that Spec by just TPing to the lane, just nuking him. Even with Vanguard, he'll be so low. He'd have to have like the ES or something just sitting there. But looks like he's getting the Venomancer, so yeah, Venomancer mid maybe. It still works out. You know, Venomancer's a strong solo. He can push. He's very capable. He's not too bad with solo mid, because if you do get at least a level of the wards, but he'll probably be maxing wards this game. You can put them on either side to like here you can just chuck them on the sides. It gives decent vision, but they will if they're going to gank mid, you're going to smoke, because unless you pick up like an invis rune or a haste rune, but every time you gank you should pretty much be smoked. But SF mid, it's not too bad. SF's pretty decent against Venomancer, but the thing is here, they could do a dual lane mid VS AM, not really sure, but I'm pretty sure the Lich would be top. Looks like the Lich is heading towards top. It's Black Shaitan on the Lich. We got Tyranny on AM. Not really sure, is he going mid or is he going bot? Looks like the dual lane's bot. VS AM bot. We got Cynical on VS, Torny on AM. We got Risk on Venomancer solo mid, Shaitan solo top with Lich. A lot of regen on him, looking to leech a lot of XP against this tri lane. And we got Darcy, Legendary Godot on Enchantress, his usual jungle role. Very good play at the start, warding this pool just so they can't this Lich he can keep denying, and the creeps will always be in his favor, and they cannot creep pull. They can still side creep pull this, but it is a bit gayer. You have to stack that and then you have to side creep pull, and you can always see it when they're pulling that. And yeah, definitely tri lane top. We got Vanilla Man on ES, Big Papa on CM, Sniper on Spec. Not really sure why he's got a Slipper. That's not very needed. Most people get Quelling Blades, especially if you're gonna be in the free farm role, because you'd know that it'd be a free farming spec. Because if they do dual lane bot, he'd be farming, but the enchant would come. But you'd know you'd want to have your spec on the easiest lane, so he'd be top. And we got Gavstar on SF, and the Windrunner, is it solo Windrunner bot? Must be, they're just warding this. Solo Windrunner as who was it? Ape Dog. Just blocking up so he gets a bit the creeps come up to his side a bit more, just screws up the creep equilibrium bump a little bit, not too much. Not really sure what these guys are doing, they're just walking around, and looks like Darcy just warding here. Good ward, because the tri lane will be top, so they'll come from like down here or across here when they gank, if they don't smoke. So it's a good ward, and it also gives vision up here, so it does help the Venomancer to harass this guy. But Venomancer against SF, it's pretty good. The Venomancer obviously has the early game advantage with his harass, his poison, and his damage is a bit higher, 48 to 50, and he's only got 40, but he does have plus 10 because he's got 1 CS, 1 deny, and the slippers. But once he starts to rack up, looks like Darcy got picked off here. I'm sorry about that, I missed that. But I'm guessing it would have done a good block. And they just beat his legs in with the Nova, and just, yeah, because look how much HP Enchant has, 500. It's fairly low. I was expecting him to have like 450, but he has a third Ironwood. But see, the Lich denying just gives him that much of an advantage, slows this Specs farm up by a lot, and lets the Lich get heaps of XP by the creeps being there. Just denying his farm. See, he's on 5, he's got more than the Spec that's supposed to be free farming. Good work by Shaitan denying everything. And then just Cynical here, just keeping this guy level 1. He's level 1 himself, but it's a good trade. The aim gets even more levels, so he can get that level 6 quicker, more mana burn, so when he does stun and hit, he might burn enough so he can't win run. Cynical just doing a good job here. Just harassing. Might see another stun soon. Very good job. Just shows how good of a support Cynical is. So he's going to keep hitting him, just fighting. Very nice work. Making this guy use up all his regen. He still has a fair bit, but Cynical's pretty low. Overextending himself a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. The Tyrannies get free farm and more levels. Looks like Darcy's picked up a creep and he's going for gank. Might come mid. Might just walk through the tower. Could do this. This creep is pretty darn low, but he might heal and walk through. Oh, didn't get that slow off on his creep. That he might die here. Yep. They still got the kill, but yeah, Darcy, I think he needed to pop the heal a little bit earlier so the creep could get his clap off and finish that kill. But it was a good gank, but just got a bit unlucky. Tower probably got a little bit more damage on it, 100 between 120. So yeah, if it lived by like, I don't know, 1 HP, would have made a difference. Get that clap off, kill him like instantly. But it's not looking very good for Darcy, dying twice here. Getting picked off up here by the ESCM just walking around. They're smoking themselves. They could probably kill this Venomancer, but he does have boots and he is pretty high level because getting that kill. Looks like they're coming in. The CM's got a Nova. Where's he going to run? There's not much where to run. Will he fit through that? Looks like Risk is going to go down. Nowhere to run. Just running up and down. Nowhere to go. But that's the power of smoke and just coming in like that. Even though he has boots, like, he can't really do much. When a Fissure goes down and a Nova, you can't. It's always going to be a good block.